go, baby.
You don't even see it.
In the last episode, Mark, Thomas and Joost sailed from Makatobi to Bau Bau, where I was coming back on the boat. There are a lot of unlighted floating objects in the ocean, even at 2,000–3,000 meters deep. So it is much more sensible to sail as much as possible during the light.
Nou, voor me.
Oh yeah, you can send for me, yeah?
As a surprise, Mark is coming over to the airport to pick me up.
So now Mr. Smiles' tire is broken. We were on his scooter. And now we have to walk the last quarter of an hour. Marijke is in the plane from Makassar, so we will arrive there same time.
After 3 flights and some delay, I'm very happy to be back on the boat.
So in the morning there was no wind. We were able to straighten out Jenniker as it unfurled at the top, almost at the corner of the island. Then we can go straight to Tacabonara. It's going to be close whether or not we're going to arrive there in the light. Otherwise we'll decide over there whether or not it feels comfortable to go in there on Google Earth. So finally there's wind, so we can stop motor sailing. At this beach we would arrive at the atoll in the light. Such a difference. Now there's enough wind, pressure in the sails. So the sails stop flapping immediately.
So my first sailing day ended up to be really beautiful. We had several hours with 12 knots of average.
So we're going into that atoll on Google Earth. We can follow the waypoints that Loïc sent us, but we will double check on Google Earth for sure. Yeah, it's an atoll again, like in the two motors. Averaging over 10 knots, including first couple of hours where there was zero wind. About 60–70 miles off the coast, 25 miles from Tacabonara atolls. Wooden fishing boats over here, no AIS, and they don't show up on the radar either, but during daylight you see them of course. So he's attached to that floating pontoon, the little floating pontoon over there. It's probably 2,000 meters deep here, but this floating pontoon is still anchored. Incredible, but true. Another ship without AIS. Coming close, but I think he changed his course in the meantime. time to get the sails down, start the engines. We already see Saga in front of us. Starting the engines. Yeah, it works again.
Both Loïc and us, we are used to flying IFR, so even in the dark, it would be possible to go in for us, also with the backup of Google Earth.
It seems that the little boat is showing us the way as well. I'll check, double check. It went from way over 200 meters to 11 meters, but we're in the middle of the pass.
So finally we arrive during daylight, but we could have trusted Loïc's waypoints exactly. We checked it now and we went directly into the pass inside, but it's very nice to have daylight so that you can see that you're doing it right. And then the whole Saga team is playing around on wing foils. It's beautiful to see. The next morning, after saying goodbye to Saga, we leave with first daylight because it will be again a complete day trip and hopefully we will arrive in the light again.
Code 0 is up, and we're going to hoist the mainsail in the atoll as well, creating some distance to the pass. More than 200 now. And we made a couple of small patches on the sail, the little grey ones. Now you can't even see them really well. And a couple of patches there in the back. There are a couple of spots where during reefing and stuff like that the sail is bound to be damaged. All in all, the sail's holding up really well. Pretty sure it's going to take us all the way around the world. And we really like it. It's good that we only sail during daytime here in Indonesia. As much as possible at least.
Imagine you sail here during the night. It's unbelievable. You would hit or the boat or the floating pontoon or the rope. It's very dangerous. We're so happy to have a fast boat so you can choose to sail only during daylight here.
Early start, as we want to reach point on Flores, 85 miles from here. 0 wind in the morning. And the little villagers are already up doing their morning prayers some time ago.
Normally 85 miles is not a problem for us to do in daylight, but we expect that around Flores the wind will drop completely for the last 20 miles.
The Jenica can't go tighter than this, otherwise it's going to rub the stanchions even more than it already does. There's a squall on that side, maybe it helps us a little bit with the wind. We upgraded the chart to make sure that our chart is not correct as well. It was correct. Well, the little shower is helping us a lot. Here's the rain. Would be nice if we can lift with this squall for a while. Well, we can still fall 30 degrees. Plenty of room to decrease the apparent wind speed if there's more wind. We had 21 knots before. Well, it's already passed. Almost there. And we can't make it all the way to Labuan Bajo for dark, so we're gonna stop around this corner.
Ways to the shore, heart of the ocean. The stars high above, part of the sky.
So communicating with people who don't speak a word of English, it's very easy with Google Translate. And we have a lot of fun with that.
A water so blue, wish I could live there. Wish you were, wish you were. Wish you were real, wish you were real.
Good morning. So the last 20-25 miles to Labuan Bajo.
The winds that I knew when I wanna fly.
Very different there at the end, with all the barren rocks instead of all the trees.
I dream of
A bit of wind from the land in the morning. We had that earlier in Australia.
a water so blue, wish I could live there.
Quite a number of reefs here.
So today we are going to join the group, and we are also going in the area of Komodo where it's a lot more touristic.
the shore, part of the ocean. The stars high above, part of the sky. Now I drift to you, I dream of a river, of waters so blue. Wish I could live there. Wish you were real. Wish you were real. Wish you were real. Wish you were real. Wish you
Early on the next day, we leave on a touristic trip. We saw the Komodo dragons and we went to a viewpoint, but actually for us it was a realization how fortunate we are that we sail around the world on our own boat, because doing everything with hundreds and hundreds of other people is a completely different experience.
Ja, die optocht. Ja, het is echt bizar. Pink Beach.
It's amazing how many tourist boats do exactly the same trip in this area.
I like his shirt better.
So when we were away, the wind turned and we had a lot more anchor chain than the monohull just behind us, and we came really close. They were thinking we were dragging, but we weren't. It was just the amount of chain. In the next episode, we will sail slowly in the direction of Lombok.